Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of On the Couch with Creatives. I say good morning, but good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are else in the world. As you know by now, Creatives is the professional networking group for creative professionals, whatever creative industry you're in, and we help you to grow, connect, and develop your creative business. But without further ado, Julie, who have we got on the couch today?
Hi, well, now this is an interesting one and hopefully an amusing and entertaining one. So this is Sarah Kay from Greater Manchester in the UK. Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
Sarah is a laughter yoga teacher and a laughter yoga ambassador and a happiness facilitator, which sounds absolutely amazing. And she runs workshops for businesses and communities across the northwest of England. And obviously we have her on the couch because we'd like to know, what is laughter yoga? And we're hoping you'll give us a good laugh as well.
Yeah, it'll be a fun episode.
Okay, right. I'll answer that in about 500 words. So laughter yoga is basically deep, hearty laughter interspersed with clapping and deep breathing to give us lots and lots of mind and body benefits, such as releasing stress and boosting positivity. And you know, we don't need to be happy to laugh. This is a really unique concept, and it stood everybody throughout lockdown in good stead who knows about it. It's really quickly catching on in the UK, but initially it started by Dr. Madan Kataria in India. Started telling jokes, and then he devised special exercises because the jokes weren't reliable. So yeah, we're literally moving and saying laughter sounds, and within 3 to 5 minutes, the laughter is genuine. So it's no longer pretending. We do genuine laughter, and we try and do this every day for 10 to 15 minutes if we can.
I'm really interested in this, Sarah, because we know the health benefits of laughter. You know, it's very good for you. You know, it's been scientifically proven. There are lots of studies out there. And I saw something on LinkedIn the other day, and I think I shocked somebody by saying, you know, I've not had a deep belly laugh, a real deep belly laugh. I've been crying with mirth for a very, very, very long time. And it's very interesting to me, the concept that you don't have to be seeing something hysterically funny or hearing something hysterically funny to get into that zone of laughter. So I'm hoping that you're going to show us how it's done.
Because it's we all know laughter is catching. Somebody says or does something and somebody giggles, and then it just ripples through, and there can be a domino effect, especially in a group. But you're talking about laughing on our own, aren't you?
Laughing on your own or laughing in a group. Yeah, so a laughter practice, if you did it, would be preferably in the morning on your own, but finding a buddy or finding a group of people to do it with is equally really good. And of course, the more people, the more energy is produced, and we feel really vibrant, and our brains work really creatively. And that's so beneficial for our work, for everybody's work, you know.
Yeah. What do they say? Endorphin? Is it endorphins that are released when you laugh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and endorphins, positive chemicals, such as serotonin, dopamine, all these kind of positive chemicals are released when we laugh. And because our brains don't know the difference between intentional laughing on purpose and genuine laughter, we literally are tricking our brains into thinking we're happy and producing those chemicals. So we feel really, really great without even trying or having therapy or having to go out for a run. We can do this as a practice. So
this is literally the happiness switch.
Yeah, a happiness injection, I call it. Yeah.
Oh, we all want that, you know. It's either popping pills or, you know. So, oh, this is wonderful. And then, of course, as you say, all those chemicals get released and you become more creative, which of course we're interested in, how we get the brain working in a creative way in all the different creative industries. So I hope everybody is interested in doing this. So, okay, tell us how it works.
So we need to remember where we're breathing from first of all. So we breathe into our tummy area, and we always breathe into our nose and out through our mouth. So if you want to try that a couple of times with me, if you put your palms to your belly, you can kind of feel your tummy inflate. It's a little easier. So you're going to breathe into your nose for 3. Breathe it in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and then release through your mouth with a ha. Like that. Okay, well done. And again, breathe it in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and release with a ha. And the aim is to do pretend smiling on the out breath and a ha, so that we're again tricking our brains into thinking we're smiling first of all as well. And then we could do a football chant. Do you know the football chant? Dun 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 dun. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to just say ho's to that. So it goes like this: ho 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 ho, like that. Okay, let's try.
Right.
Have a go.
Okay.
Ho 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 ho.
We're all at different times.
We'll try it again. Do we have to get it absolutely? We have to get this right. Come on, let's get this right.
You're not doing very well, Julie.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It's not perfection that we're after. It's the doing and the trying that we're after. Okay, let's try again.
Ho 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 ho. See, I'm already laughing.
That was better or worse. See, now I'm beginning to cry. Now I've got water in my eyes. That's a good thing, Sarah.
So massage your cheeks a little bit, because if you haven't laughed for a while, your cheeks will probably start aching quite quickly.
Do you know what? It feels really unnatural to smile.
Oh, poor, miserable, depressed Melanie. It feels unnatural to smile.
But yeah, creatives can be really morbid. It doesn't help. I'm half Welsh. It's my excuse. Oh God.
I want to show you a quick fix as well, which is, you know, if you're not feeling up to it, actually there's 2 quick fixes. All right. So the first one is to grab a clean pen and just bite it. Okay. And then that will activate those cheek muscles, the smiling cheek muscles, and you're tricking your brain. And then you can just do a gentle giggle.
I can't find it. I'll just grimace.
There you go. And then the other one, of course, is to do silent laughter. So we'll just take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose now. Just breathe it in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and smile it out. Lovely. And again, breathe it in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, smile it out. Okay, I want you to try 10 seconds of silent laughter, all right? So it's literally kind of panting. Just remember that you are breathing as well as panting, all right? Because you will get out of breath anyway. So if we try it for 10 seconds, all right? Go 3, 2, 1. Fabulous, well done.
I think I was laughing by the end of that. Oh God. Stop, my makeup's gonna run. Oh, yeah,
and that's really activating our abdominal area, our diaphragm, and releasing chemicals really quickly. So yeah, so we need to do a couple of deep breaths before and afterwards. So remember to do your breaths now. Just breathe it in, hold it, and out. Really well done. And again, breathe it in and out. So this is a bit like a HIIT kind of cardio exercise that we're doing. We're working our heart muscle, so we will get out of breath. And it's kind of a fast and a slow and a fast and a slow, because if we've got to try and sustain laughter, and if you try and laugh for 10 minutes without breathing, you kind of feel a bit faint. Yeah. So that's like a couple of exercises that you can do.
So I'm really interested as well, Sarah, to kind of hear your story, because you suffered with depression for quite a long time. So going from a place of complete darkness, you know, I have days where you know, again, some people might say I suffer from depression where it's bleak and dark and just horrible. And you know, other days where everything's fine. But how do you go if you are, you know, diagnosed with depression and you know that it's a real problem, to go to a career where you're laughing out loud for a living?
Yeah, quite an interesting turn of events, wasn't it? So in January 2016, so that was 2.5 years after coming out as LGBT, in fact, to my then husband, I was spiraling to depression. I was just feeling really low and weepy all the time, and I felt like I couldn't carry on. You know, I was a single parent with teenagers, running my own retail business, lots and lots of pressures around with elderly parents, of course. And I had no wellbeing technique. I had nothing at all. Somebody once gave me a little book of happiness and said, there you go, Sarah, just read that. And I'm like, yeah, but this doesn't help me at all. And I went to a therapist. I was on antidepressants from January 2016, went to a therapist, and she said, try mindfulness. And I'm like, but that's boring, you know, it's not me. I need something to lift me up properly. And I'd been in a choir for quite a few years at that point, and that always lifted me up, but it wasn't enough. You know, once a week is just not enough. And so I happened to go to a wellbeing day, which was to try all sorts of techniques, and laughter was one of those, and it just planted a seed. And eventually I found out about a class that I could go to, but it was a long way from my house. And I went, okay, well, let me go on a course for a weekend and I'll just see what it's about and whether I can, you know, put it into my own life on my own. Very stubbornly, I want to do things on my own. And I went there and they said, right, you can run a laughter club now. And I was like, can I actually do something like that? And funnily enough, I'd always wanted to teach people something. I'd always wanted to share something, some passion of mine, but I didn't know what. And that was kind of just a little nudge that I needed to go, right, okay, I know I felt better after 2 days of laughing. So what I could feel like after years of laughing. And it's compounded effect. So I started running weekly laughter clubs for myself, but to spread the word as well. And the more I did it, the more I knew that it was really good, and I could see transformations in people. So yeah, so there we go. It just kind of spiraled from a laughter club to helping OAPs in a nursing home, and then to corporates and communities and WIs and schools and so forth.
And obviously you went on to Zoom when COVID hit, when we locked down. So you just carried on, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It actually started with myself and another laughter professional. We just said, you know, let's just have a laugh together. And that was in October 2019, just to connect. I didn't particularly we have telephone laughter clubs, and I like seeing people. I need that connection, social connection, and a lot of other people do too. So instead of having the telephone laughter, we went on Zoom, and not knowing that in March that was going to be a really good practice beforehand. So we were doing 8 o'clock morning laughter, and then through lockdown, myself and 3 other professionals joined together. We ran 4-5 sessions a day for people, and got many new people on board to practice. And it's been a really good well-being tool for myself and for a lot of other people throughout lockdown. And of course recently it's been featured in the Knutsford Sunday Guardian, so that's been really helpful to spread the word.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I can imagine, you know, with all the things that are going on at the moment, you know, through COVID, through the war in Ukraine, dare I mention the UK government, you know, I think your role is really important, Sarah.
Yeah, it's like an instant vacation, so we can't think about anything that's going on in the outside world when we're doing laughter, which is really helpful. And being able to be resilient to cope with what's happening as well, and being in a calm state and going, okay, we can kind of almost laugh it off and be able to work on ourselves and do what we need to do, without worrying too much about the rest of the world. In fact, the top tip is don't try and watch the news too much, because that doesn't help the well-being.
How do your corporate clients review your work? Because you mentioned just now that it's like an instant vacation. So that must really resonate with your corporate clients. Like, let's send our workers on an instant vacation for 15 minutes this morning, and then boom, we hit the ground running again.
It's kind of, they don't really see it as that. They see it as more of a positive uplift and stress release. They've got a lot going on as regards employees and burnout, all sorts of things like that. And that is where laughter really does kind of help. And in fact, our 1 hour sessions incorporate non-sleep deep rest, which resets and helps prevent burnout. So so there's lots of other things besides the instant vacation. The first session, people are just getting over that comfort zone thing, actually, Julie. Do you know what I mean? So it's the second and third sessions where we can have the proper instant vacation and they can relax more into laughter. And that's really what we need to get. Some creative companies are amazing and they can quickly get into the instant vacation and be the playful, but a lot are more reserved and skeptical, and we have to kind of nurture them into the laughter world. Really
sort of industry kind of specific, because the creative industries that know the importance of creativeness and play and feeling good will probably automatically be more open to it. But in your hardcore, you're here to work, you sit at your desk at 9 o'clock, you leave at 6 o'clock or whatever it is, and you've got a job to do and blah 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 blah. Although I think, well, I'm hoping that the pandemic has been good for that in a way, because it's forced companies to operate differently and also value their staff a little bit more. Because what we saw, wasn't it, when everybody started coming back to work, a lot of employees were actually saying, no, I don't want to come back, thanks very much, I'm quite happy sitting at home, I don't want to be in that toxic office with those horrible people and you shouting at me, Mr. Bossman. So I think, employers who see the value of someone like yourself will reap the rewards no end with their employees, because a happy workforce is a loyal workforce, is a productive workforce, and it's win-win-win for everybody all around, isn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely spot on. I mean, happier employees will stay in their jobs, and if they feel like they're important and being cared for by their employees, then yes, they will stay. It's just this mass resignation thing that's happening, isn't it? And we've got to try and just calm that down a little bit.
Yeah.
For employees, and if they do take on board special wellbeing techniques regularly and not just tick the box and go, okay, we've done that, move on, let's try the next thing. If they're consistent with wellbeing techniques, then the employees they'll be better and everybody will reap the benefits. So yeah, that's spot on.
It depends what kind of management you have. I have 2 friends who are facing redundancy, and the way these people treat the employees is just horrendous. So you're not going to get, everybody wants to leave anyway because it's just so awful. So it's wonderful if you do get companies and corporations that actually do have the well-being of their employees at heart. And I don't know if, do you find that the pandemic actually knocked those kind of the corporate mindset really for a loop, and made them think differently?
I think they have been during the pandemic. I think they have been quite caring, but I think directly after, when we went into the big wide world, I think the mental health kind of tsunami that's happened, I think that's kind of opened everybody's eyes to well-being in a different way.
What they want from life and the work-life balance.
Yeah, the work-life balance, yeah. And people are still working remotely, of course, because they prefer it. So there we get in lack of social connection, and that then becomes a little bit of a hurdle for wellbeing sessions, because do we do it all online, or do we bring people in person and then send them back home? And so there is a little bit of a where is best for those remote employees. So yeah, it's interesting.
A lot of jobs are being advertised now as hybrid jobs, and it's just a thing that's happening now. We have the technology to do it, so it's cheaper, really. For companies it's cheaper. So yeah, we definitely going into a different mood, aren't we? Globally, I'm talking about. We going into a different way of thinking.
Yeah, but is that you know, working from home, is that actually really good for our social connection and our well-being? It is for some people, but for a lot of people, they do need actually face-to-face. That's why co-working spaces are so good. We need, you know, we're pack animals. We need that social connection and bonding. We're not, you know, we're not used to working on our own, staring out onto the garden or car park. It's nice for a time. You get a bit fed up of it.
But it's true. I mean, when Julie and I made our short film comedy film Scooch, you know, again after being penned in with the lockdown, and when things suddenly started opening up again, and I said, right, who wants to make a film? We're going to make a film. And it's my one criteria was it's got to be a comedy. I am not making anything depressing about the pandemic, because we've heard all of that and I just can't be doing with it, and I've got to get out. And I was feeling desperate to see people face to face. You know, I was like, I've got to see people now. I've got to see. I'm going to go mental. And you're right, we are, as humans, it's a rare human being that is a real loner and who really doesn't want to see people. We are meant to be with people, and staying at home, you know, it has such a wide impact on the economy, for one thing. You know, it's not just going to the office, it's not stopping at the coffee shop anymore to chat to people in your going and getting your coffee, or going to get your sandwich at lunchtime, or, you know, there's lots of different things. And if you take all of that social away, you know, it is difficult. I mean, I work for myself. I work in my editing studio, and I don't see a lot of people. I think I put on this comment, so I'm actually using, oh, you know, I would have thought you do, because I was talking about television and what makes me laugh and what doesn't. And I said, you know, if I want to really belly laugh, I have to go back to the really old comedians like Morecambe Wise and the two Ronnies, and Dave Allen makes me. He's the one that can reduce me to a complete mess on the floor that I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe, because he's just so irreverent and irreligious, and he's just hilarious. But the stuff on, you know, the stuff that comedians could get away with saying then, there's no way they'd allow it on the TV now. And I find a lot of stuff like really bland. It's like, yes, I might raise a smile or I might have a little giggle, but I'm not really finding it hysterically funny because it's so ridiculous, if that makes sense. And she said, oh, you know, but surely you've got friends and people that you laugh with. And I said, well, I have got friends that I sort of kind of giggle with. I said, but not that I've really deep down, because I work by myself. Most of my time I'm spent in this little box doing my editing. I said, don't see a lot of people, you know, on a lot of basis, you know, apart from if I see Julie and we're having a meeting.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, we haven't really, I certainly haven't really changed my habits that much since we were sort of released from lockdown. I still think really hard if I'm going to go and meet people at a restaurant. And Melanie and I don't really live that far from each other. And I think we've actually been in each other's company twice in the last year.
Exactly.
So we still actually, both of us, Melanie, we're still in hibernation mode.
I know, we're still Zooming or chatting on WhatsApp rather than actually seeing each other. It's dreadful. And I think it's going to take a while for people to get around.
It's so much easier than getting the car out, driving through traffic, you know.
So lazy. Sarah, when you talk about people's reactions when you have your laughter clinics, which I think laughter workshops, which sound really marvelous. So how tell us how you feel when you meet that group of people for the first time and they're all looking terrified, probably, because I know I would be, once you get over that hurdle of, oh my God, I'm going to look like a complete wally, to the end where you can sort of see they visibly kind of lifted. How do you feel when you sort of walked away from the end session, you can see that change?
when I walk from the end session, yeah, it's really nice. It's really, really lovely. But I kind of do an analysis in my head of how it went, and you know, I'm a great overthinker of, oh, I could have done this better because I'm a perfectionist. But it's really, really interesting. I mean, I get the best job because I can see the transformation. Nobody else is taking notice of the transformation of the friends. Yeah, but the interesting thing is I get really bad anxiety beforehand,
Really?
because I just don't know. It's like an unknown. It's just a complete unknown, and that's where I have to do laughter before I go in, to be able to, you know, it's like music goes on, I start laughing gently, and I'm thinking, right, okay, this is it. I am the expert in the room.
Yeah.
And nobody knows laughter better than I do in that room. And I take things really gently, and I have all sorts of gentle stuff up my sleeve to do. And I change tack, and, you know, if the plan doesn't work, you go to a different area, which may work a lot better.
Have you ever had
anyone
that has failed to laugh on one of your courses ever?
Workshops, yeah, a couple.
Miserable
I think had one lady at a WI talk. I was being assessed to be a Federation approved speaker, and I did pass, by the way. But yeah, there was one person at the front, and she was like, no,
wasn't gonna have it, no.
So I think she probably was the no vote. And then there's been a couple of men, because men are very hesitant and skeptical, and that's, you know, I've got a 99.9 pass rate. All right, it's just the odd few that
you always get the one, don't you?
It's past their comfort zone, and sometimes they just have to see it in action, and then the next time they go, okay, I'll take part because I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like, it's a complete no. I dragged one of my friends to one of the first sessions that I went to. I didn't run it, but I went to this club, and she said, don't ever take me to anything like that again, Sarah. I took another friend, and she said, I absolutely love this, too right, you know, I'll be doing this again. And it's what kind of resonates with people. So it's just not for everybody. They might be the people who prefer to watch the comedy than to do the well-being exercises. I was going to say, actually, Melanie, that it's really interesting that you said comedies don't resonate now, and, you know, and that's the whole point of doing laughter yoga, of laughing on purpose, because we can't rely on jokes and comedy that's around. We can't rely on friends to create that really feel good feeling where your cheeks ache and your belly hurts, and you go,
exactly.
Such a release.
It's like deep lit crying with laughter that I just don't seem to. So especially with things that I read and the things that I watch on TV, I just don't get that anymore. I giggle, don't get me wrong, and I might, you know, if there's comedy on, I might smile or giggle or whatever, but it's the old stuff that makes me. I think it's because, and some people watch this might think, oh, that's because you're a racist or you're a bigot or you're this or I'm not.
Well, you're just getting old, Melanie. Old and grumpy. You're
becoming
grumpy
old woman. But when people could kind of say things tongue in cheek, I mean, like the two Ronnies, prime example, you know, they didn't swear, they didn't carry on, and Ronnie Barker can reduce me to a complete mess just by a look. Doesn't have to say anything. His face and his eyes just have me in pieces, you know, and you don't see that so much anymore, that somebody who commands the presence in the space, who can actually have you weeping without really doing anything very much at all. You know,
your laughter yoga shouldn't rely on an outside source. You actually relying on what's coming up from within, aren't you, Sarah?
Absolutely. So it's kind of a synthetic laugh, and then it becomes a genuine laugh, and it's a real kind of release laugh. It's a cathartic release of loads of feelings that are past, you know, regrets and everything, and stress inside you. And you know, a lot of people, like loads and loads of people say, I feel so much lighter because that weight has been lifted from deep inside. So yeah, so we are literally doing it from the inside out.
Okay, so obviously there are techniques, because you've just talked about anxiety and depression, and people are say they're coming from that position. I'm anxious about a meeting, I'm depressed about something going, you know, being scammed out of my money or something like that, and all the troubles of the world are on your shoulders. Now, how on earth do you override that or get that laughter coming up and pushing through?
As I say, we do really special techniques, and it works every time. Do you want to know one of them, Julie? Is that what you're after?
I do.
Well, you've already done one of them, which was the ho 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 ho, that kind of thing. And let me think. I mean, we could just do shy laughter. So we kind of then and because we've got eye contact with each other, it's really, really powerful, and people really love this because it's kind of stepping a little bit out of the comfort zone, but not quite so much.
But you're covering your face. You don't look quite so silly.
Julie's not doing it. Come on, Julie.
Because you said you need eye contact. So first of all, you need somebody with you. It's not a thing you can do on your own. And secondly, we're on Zoom. So to make eye contact, I have to look into the camera. If I look at you, my eyes, it looks as though, to anybody watching, it looks as though I'm not making eye contact at all. I'm now looking at you there, but this is me looking, you know, and you have to look at your camera. So you're not making eye contact with me either, really.
Okay. So on Zoom, what we would do is we would do something like a laughter shower, or a laughter milkshake. So our shower goes like this. You get some shower cream like this, and you rub it in really well, and then each part of your body is a ho, ha, or he sound. So it's ho, 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 ha, 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 he, he, ho, 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 ha, ha,
Are we doing this in the shower though?
And
is
then
this what we do? Is this what we do in the shower?
This is, yeah, you can do this in the real shower too.
Okay, we'll pretend in the shower. Ho, 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 ho.
And then get faster.
I'm sure my neighbors think I'm crazy.
Fabulous.
It is ridiculous.
Snorting now.
Yeah.
No
and
snorting.
then we do some clapping like this. So we go very good, yay, like that. Can you do that twice?
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good, very good, yay.
Just
Very good, yay. Very good, yay.
We're going to be doing this. We're going to do this, already.
And that's
do that all
energize us. It gives us a little tiny bit of a break, and then we do a couple of deep breaths. And it's to keep our energy levels up as well.
I've gone all splodgy now.
Splodgy?
It must be working well.
Oh, God.
What's
Well, just
splodgy?
go.
I was going to say, it's really good to save on your energy bills. I realised laughter, because you keep warm.
Yeah, I do. I feel a lot warmer now. Oh, God. Scar going in my eyeballs. Oh, my word. Oh, God. So, yeah, I mean, I just find this all fascinating. I mean, anything that impacts the brain fascinates me. And we've known for, as I say, for a long time that laughter, dance, singing, all those things that really shift your energy and put you in a much better place. And just going back to your original story, and again, I would really urge anybody who's watching this who might be in a space of, you know, living a life that they don't feel is theirs. You know, you've got an incredible story, Sarah, and if you are in a bad place where you really don't feel you should be, you know, do go and get the help, and either try and seek out somebody like Sarah who can lift your spirits, or go and get the help and you know, make sure that you're living the right life, because I think that's really, really important as well. You know, we are very fortunate these days that we don't have to be stuck in a life we don't want anymore. not really. You know, our fear holds us back, but actually, if you can talk to the right people and get the right support, you don't have to be in that bad place anymore. So do go and get help if you are in a place of depression, if you are in a place that's deep and dark and you're thinking, I could never do that. You know, there is help out there. And I hope that this has made you smile as well, because it certainly made me smile. My eyes are watering now. Me said, I don't laugh and cry anymore. And I've been actually streaming, and Mama's got like Alice Cooper.
Do you take on single clients one-on-one as well as corporate clients?
I do. I haven't had so many recently, but through lockdown, I was helping a lot.
Right, so we'll run. You can see Sarah's contact details.
Yeah,
anybody can contact you and book a session. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
Good.
I mean, that's the wonder of Zoom, isn't it, as well, is that, you know, that we don't have to live in Manchester to come and join one of your workshops. If you're doing workshops, you know, online, we can, you know, you can be anywhere and we can come and laugh along with you.
Absolutely. And can I just say about Bollywood laughter dance as well, because you were saying about singing and dancing, etc. So about 3.5-4 years ago, Dr. Kataria, the founder of Laughter Yoga, created Bollywood laughter dance. So literally it's Bollywood dancing with laughter sounds, and in between the dancing we do intentional laughter and deep breathing. And that's a really gentle way of finding your way into laughter if you like a little bit of a movement. And we do that monthly online on Zoom still.
Oh.
Well, that should be of interest to one of our private creative members, Salma Zaman, who is a Bollywood dancer instructor, as well as a children's author. She has her own Bollywood dance academy, so she might be interested in getting hold of you.
Fabulous. That'd be interesting to chat. Yeah.
Nice combination, I would imagine. If you do get together, I want to come. I want to be on that session. Do the whole Bollywood dancing, shake the booty.
Good for kids as well, I would imagine, because do you know what, my son suffers with anxiety, Sarah. There have been some things going on, and when I was trying to get a referral from the GP, you know, the GP will give you a list of, they can't say specific people, but they'll give you clinics, whatever. And when I was phoning around, everywhere was full, and that actually really saddened me, made me shocked, thinking that all these children are suffering with these things at this age. And I think, you know, if there were things in school like a Bollywood laughter dancing that helps them get rid of that, because to me, to have children who are in primary school, and my son's in primary school, suffering from anxiety at that sort of age, it's like, what are we doing as a society? And, you know, you must see the need for workshops is we can't laugh anymore, seriously.
Don't they have breathing exercises and stretches before kids in the morning at schools?
I have no idea.
Don't they? Oh,
well, I think some do. Some
places did.
Yeah, I think some do.
Might, but
there's a petition actually happening to encourage schools to, by law, to do 10 minutes of wellbeing activities each day.
There was a wonderful video going around during lockdown, and it was somewhere in Asia, and this school principal had everybody out in, you know, they line up in the morning, and before that the children are even allowed into the school, he puts on the music and they all start dancing, and he leads them, and by the time they fit 5 minutes, by the time they finish, they're laughing, they're happy, they've got oxygen into their lungs and into their brains. I just think it's a no-brainer to get your students to stretch and relax and laugh before they start having to buckle down, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think regular breaks of laughter, you know, because as well, after lunch they'd have to have a little break, of course, to let the food digest. But you know, I remember as a kid that it was really hard to concentrate after lunch, because kind of everything was digesting, all the energy was digesting, and your brain had gone to mush, hadn't it?
Yeah, you need waking up
like what it is in the morning. Everybody stretches for the coffee. All they should be doing is having lots of water and a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you get the Department of Education in every country in the world getting children laughing every morning.
Yeah, I will be on that.
Wonderful,
Sarah, definitely.
Wonderful news.
Will you laugh us out of this, Sarah?
Wait a minute, Julie, we haven't finished yet.
Oh, do you still have questions? Sorry. So sorry.
Blimey. Honestly, what's she like? two things have to happen. Yeah, come on, you know the drill. Before you go, we would like to hear your top tips. Sarah, I know
Oh
you give
God,
us
yes.
one already. Got it already.
Sorry.
Good grief. We'd like to know your top tips for anybody who is thinking about, you know, perhaps getting into the laughter industry, or thinking of changing tack. Obviously you found it through your own sort of therapy that you were going through, your own personal journey. But if someone's really, you know, watched this and hopefully thought, oh God, that sounds amazing, I'd like to know more about that, what would your top tips be for either sort of doing what you do or just getting more laughter in your life? Just your top three.
To get more laughter in your life, I would find a laughter buddy and watch some of my YouTube clips, you know, because I've got lots of laughter exercises.
Going across the
and also, you know, I've got a joyful laughter journal, so they could buy that. They could then watch the laughter exercises on YouTube that are from that, and start that journey now. You know, don't even wait until you dip even further, because our motto is, when it's hard to laugh, it's time to laugh hard. And that's when you need, yeah. So if you can find a laughter buddy, if not, just watch the videos, even watch them a few times and then start gently, and I'm sure you will feel better. And I can teach you how to be a laughter yoga leader.
Hey, there you go. So not only is she going to teach you how to laugh, she'll also teach you how to do it if you're inspired to think that you would like to share your love and laughter with other people as well. Fantastic. As I say, all the details for Sarah have been going across the screen, her YouTube, her journal, everything you could possibly want to know about Sarah. But we're going to finish as usual, because I can't believe our hour is nearly up already. That's gone so fast, I can't believe it. I'm always quite stunned when we get to this bit. It's, oh my God, we've got to go. But I'm going to get out my cards. These put a smile on my face, don't they, Julie?
Yeah, but it's not a laughter smile.
It is.
I'll be laughing.
I like my cards because they're very soft and they're very silky and they're very tactile, and I love this bit, so I can shuffle my cards and I'm going to feel my cards, my silky cards. Anyway, right, okay, values jam. We can have a values jam session. So on these cards, Sarah, are different values, and I'm just going to run my finger along the cards and just get you to say stop, and we will pick out that card and we will talk about that card, whatever you pick. So just say stop when you're ready. Stop. All right, what have we got? Ooh, that's quite a good one. So we have picked, or you have picked, excitement.
How about that? I love that.
So as we are creatives, we're going to ask you about excitement in a creative way. So Julie doesn't like it because it's just a very odd question. It is odd.
Obviously, I obviously have a very pedantic mind. I'm not creative at all, really.
She is, but it's a bit of an odd question, but I like it because it's odd. So, because I'm just odd. You know, Julie's not odd. I'm odd.
It's good to be different.
Sarah, what does excitement mean to you? What does it look, feel and sound like?
Wow.
First thing that comes into your head.
So it looks like really vibrant colours, of course. It sounds like, well, I was talking about her the other day, Emma Stevens, the music artist Emma Stevens. That's how it sounds like. It's like really, like, just lights you up, and it feels like you could bounce down the road, you know, skipping down the road. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
exactly how I feel when I've met somebody famous. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, yeah.
Excellent.
And if I've like at the Happy Place Festival, if I laughed with so many hundreds of people and I go, wow, that was incredible. It's just so exciting to have had that experience. So yeah, so bouncing down the road.
Bouncing down the road. I like that. I like that. And we'll just finish on the last one. How do you think more excitement could improve the world?
Oh, an instant vacation, definitely.
Yeah, if we're all feeling that fizzy, poppy, brilliant kind of feeling, I think the world would be just a better place, naturally, wouldn't it?
I think if we could all have a big party one day without alcohol, that would be exciting, and happy music, that would be really exciting, and just for everybody to get on with everybody, and have peace in the world, that would be really fabulous.
Peace. Yeah.
Maybe we should have a World Laughter Day.
We do. Indeed,
Really?
the first Sunday in May is World Laughter Day.
Oh, and are we supposed to be really laughing that day? We, you know, take all our troubles off our shoulders
and come to a laughter session.
Yeah. Oh, I think we have to put that in our diaries, Julie.
Nobody's ever told me that. I've always seen it as Labour Day, or but Laughter Day, 1st of May.
The first Sunday in
May.
May.
The first Sunday. Sorry.
Yeah, so it can be a different date.
Okay.
Gosh, exciting. Well, I don't know about all you folks, but I feel more uplifted.
Okay, so we're back on the couch for that day.
Absolutely. I feel happier. What about you, Julie? Do you feel happier?
Yeah, I do. I feel much lighter inside the, my abdomen. It feels much lighter.
I'm smiling now and it's not feeling weird.
Oh, right.
Pretty bad, doesn't it?
It feels so weird to smile.
But no,
I laugh at her anyway. So she's the person that I laugh at. So I get it most days. I get a good giggle.
Yeah, make everyone else bloody laugh. And that was me sitting miserably in a bloody corner. No, I'm not a miserable person. I'm not. It just, lately with everything, I'm not.
I'm not miserable. I'm really
not a miserable person. I'm a happy person. No, it's feeling a lot more natural to sort of lift my little without having to sort of, oh gosh, right, we have run out of time. So thank you, Sarah, for spreading your joy and your laughter. And if anybody needs some laughter therapy, you can book on one of Sarah's workshops, or just book her entirely to yourself, whatever takes your fancy.
Can I just say something? You know the laughter song? You know that ho 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 ho. You know that one?
The Laughing Policeman, isn't it called?
It's the laughing. That's it. The
laughing policeman. Yeah.
Do you use that one, Sarah?
I like the Love to Laugh one from Mary Poppins.
Yes.
I love to laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Loud and strong and clear.
Yes. And that's when the uncle is floating up on the ceiling, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's what we should all finish our laughter session, laughing ourselves out, I think. So it's been wonderful to have you on the show, Sarah, and we will definitely have you back at some time. I know we will. That's all from us, and we'll see you next time.